My workplace warriors, are you an executive job search candidate? If so, just know that for executive job seekers, standing out in a competitive job market requires more than just a polished resume and an impressive list of past accomplishments. One of the most critical elements of a successful job search at the executive level is the ability to clearly articulate your leadership philosophy and provide compelling examples of how you have managed teams and driven results. Employers seek leaders who not only possess strategic vision, but who demonstrate a deep understanding of their own leadership style and its impact on an organization's success. So why does leadership philosophy matters? Let's take a deep dive. A leadership philosophy is a guiding framework that informs the employer or the interviewer how an executive makes decisions, manages people, and drives business outcomes. It is a combination of core beliefs, experiences, and strategies that shape leadership effectiveness. Having a well-honed or well-defined leadership philosophy is crucial because it, one, demonstrates self-awareness, because a leader who is self-aware understands their own leadership style and values that their leadership style and values are more likely, that person is more likely to inspire confidence in employers. Excuse me. Two, a strong leadership philosophy clarifies decision-making principles. Leaders who can articulate their guiding principles provide reassurance to organizations that they will make consistent and thoughtful decisions. Number three, executive leaders who have a strong understanding of their leadership philosophy foster alignment with company culture. And organizations want executives whose leadership philosophy aligns with their mission, values, and long-term strategic objectives. Then, number four, an executive who is aware and can articulate their leadership philosophy enhance team performance. So, because they understand and communicate their approach to team development, motivation, and accountability that can effectively drive high performance. So, without a clear leadership philosophy, executives risk appearing unprepared, inconsistent, or misaligned with an organization's culture and expectations. So, how do you define your leadership philosophy? Developing a strong leadership philosophy requires introspection and an understanding of past leadership experiences. And here are key steps to defining your leadership philosophy. Number one, identify your core values. What principles guide your leadership? Common values include integrity, innovation, collaboration, accountability, and adaptability. Assess your leadership style. Are you a transformational leader who inspires change, or a servant leader who prioritizes the needs of the employees? Understanding your approach will help you define your philosophy. Then, number three, reflect on past successes and challenges. Consider moments where your leadership had a significant impact, both from a positive and a negative perspective. Think about what you learned from those experiences and share them during your interview. Then, number four, create a personal leadership statement. Summarize your leadership philosophy in a concise statement that captures your values, decision-making style, and approach to team management. And as a human resources professional, I'll tell you, I am not at the executive level quite yet. I'm an associate director of human resources, but I have lived by the personal value statement that everyone who enters my presence will leave with their integrity intact. And that is so important to me because one of my superpowers is employee relations. And I have seen over my years of experience examples of positive employee relations and examples of not so positive employee relations. And I think that it is just imperative to create a safe space for employees who depend on you to give them sound guidance in some of the most difficult situations that they may face in life, or some of the ones at work. And it needs that information or that ability to be able to create that safe space and to tell an employee that, or a leader, that you are telling them what they need to know, not necessarily what they want to know. To me, it just creates an open door where the person, if they are if they're looking for someone to be honest, open and honest with them, that my personal philosophy being that everyone will leave them with their dignity, leave my presence with their dignity intact. It just speaks volumes. I know it speaks volumes for me, and I'm very proud of that and have gained so many great relationships at the management and employee level because I practice that philosophy. And that's the other thing. Those around you need to be able to see your leadership philosophy in action. Don't be a hypocrite and say that you do one thing, but then really in reality exhibit another. You'll lose credibility. So, a way to provide concrete examples of your leadership impact involves articulating your leadership philosophy, which is only part of the equation. You as an executive candidate, executive job search candidate, must also provide compelling, quantifiable examples that illustrate how you have successfully managed teams and driven business results. Remember, I said in a previous video, people, processes, and things. When you have a positive impact on these three things of a business, you're going to be on fire. Your success is not stopping anytime soon. So here are key areas to focus on when sharing leadership examples. Number one, driving business growth. Executives are often tasked with spearheading initiatives that lead to measurable business success. For example, as the chief operating officer of a corporation, you could share that you implemented a data-driven operational strategy that increased efficiency by 25%. See how they quantified that? And reduced costs by $5 million. So they had a 25% positive impact on operational efficiency, and then they saved the organization $5 million over 2 years by utilizing their particular unique leadership strategy. And you can go on to say that my leadership philosophy of empowering cross-functional teams to take ownership of process improvements, there you go, the process was instrumental in achieving these results. Or you could build and lead high performance teams, or show how you build and lead high performance teams. And strong leaders know how to do this well by building, motivating, and retaining the top talent. So an example that you could share of your building and leading high performance teams could be that at XYZ company, I transformed an underperforming sales department by introducing a leadership development program that focused on coaching, mentorship, and performance-based incentives. Within 18 months, team productivity increased by 40%, see that percentage positive impact, and employee retention improved by 30%. So both of those were percentage positive impacts on people, processes, and things. This aligns with my leadership philosophy of fostering a culture of continuous learning and development. Then, number 3, navigating change and crisis management is another example of a strong leadership, the application of your strong leadership philosophy. But because executives must be adept at leading organizations through periods of change or crisis. So, during a major industry downturn, I led my organization through a successful restructuring that preserved 80% of jobs while improving financial stability by prioritizing transparent communications and employee engagement. I maintained trust and morale, ensuring the company emerged stronger. Just what that board or commission is looking for in a leader. Then number 4 is another example. Number 4 is fostering innovation and strategic vision. And of course, in this particular market business landscape, you have better know how to foster innovation and strategic vision, because successful executives drive innovation and position organizations for future growth. That's where that innovation and strategic vision come in. So an example you could provide is something like, as CEO of a tech startup, I championed an innovation-driven culture that resulted in the launch of 3 new product lines, generating an additional $20 million in annual revenue. My leadership philosophy centers on encouraging, risk-taking, and leveraging diverse perspectives to drive creativity. So you can't go wrong when you use these examples. Now, there are consequences for every action, and so just like anything else, there are consequences of failing to define and communicate leadership philosophy. And they include a loss of credibility, because if the executive cannot articulate their leadership style and guiding principles, hiring managers may question their ability to lead efficiently. It could create missed job opportunities, because organizations seek leaders who can inspire confidence. And a vague or poorly defined leadership philosophy may result in losing out to candidates who can clearly communicate their vision and impact. Or it could lead to your inability to align with company culture. And because companies prioritize cultural fit in leadership hires, if you don't have a well-defined leadership philosophy, you may struggle to demonstrate alignment with a prospective employer's values and goals. And you don't want that. You need to be able to embody their values and goals so that you can encourage buy-in, not only from the leadership ranks that report to you, but also middle management leaders such as directors and managers and associate directors. Then last but not least, weaker executive presence is something that no executive candidate, job seeker wants. And however, strong leaders command attention to their ability to communicate a compelling leadership vision. And without this, an executive may appear less influential or decisive. And as an executive, you need to be seen as someone who can make a decision, and quickly, and with the right information, very, very quickly. That is key. So you want to make a last impression, and in order to succeed in the interview in the executive job search, you must be able to define and communicate your leadership philosophy with confidence and clarity. By providing tangible examples of your past leadership success, you can demonstrate your ability to drive results, inspire teams, and align with organizational goals. Employers are not just hiring a resume, they're hiring a leader who will shape the future of their organization. And your well-established leadership philosophy serves as a powerful tool to distinguish an executive from the competition and leave a lasting positive impression on hiring decision makers. Then, by taking the time to reflect on your leadership approach, craft a compelling narrative and share real-world examples of success. Executive job seekers can position themselves as ideal candidates for their next leadership opportunity. And that's you. So, just in closing, know that a strong leadership philosophy is not just a talking point. It is a defining element of an executive job seeker's brand and the key to securing the next great career opportunity. So I hope that you found value in this content. If you have, please smash that like button. Help me to reach more people. Let the algorithm know that this is great content that more people need to see. And share it with your network. Help me to reach more people that way. And last but not least, click the notification bell and subscribe so that you can be amongst the first to know when I drop new content. I'm on this mission to help you live your very best career life, and so I'm doing so one video at a time, and I will be back with another video tomorrow to help you live your very best executive level career life. However, if you are not an executive level career search job seeker, don't despair. These are elements that you can weave into your job search as well for your very own job search success. So I look forward to seeing you for another video. And until then, career success to you. See you next time.